Check 1 2 1 2. Live and in effect. This is our copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. I think I got a chase, y'all. Friday. Buckle up. Still gonna drop our silent intro. I'm gonna pull up the monitor here. Do have a Bigfoot report as well, folks, so stay tuned for that as well. Did I say as well twice? That'll be 3 times. All right, we got some folks up in the chat. What is going on, y'all? It is Friday, and we have a chase. If I could get it on here. 1 second. Dragonfly, Juliana, Elder Medicine Bear Claw, Blue Line Bigfoot. And let me turn this down here. Turning down the monitor. Come on, intro. I think we got a hot one, folks. So hang tight. Here we go. Boom. What's up, y'all? Coming to you live from Sky's the Limit Smoke Shop. Here we go. Yep. 10 Freeway West Express Lane headed. We're cruising through downtown right now. Uh-oh. Heads up, folks, if you're driving in the area. And do we have audio? We might have audio here.
Nobody else inside the truck and a little agitated. That would be the best way to describe that person. Fidgety, moving around, and you can see those erratic moves on that steering wheel with that truck every now and then, kind of jerking between the lanes. As far as
what up, Tate? Good to see you, bro. If you hang tight, I don't know how long this live police chase is going to go for, but we do have a fresh Bigfoot report, online Bigfoot report, as we change lanes here. I did mention to buckle up, folks. Let's see. Who is this guy? Do we know him?
Wanted to get behind him. How this pursuit started? Carjacking. That's the information we're getting right now. But I did hear them clearly say earlier on, no weapons seen. So possibly this was just a crime of opportunity. That vehicle might have been sitting somewhere running. This person got in, drove off with it. But Fontana PD, they got notified quickly. They spotted it quickly. And then that pursuit was on.
There they mentioning Fontana. We were just talking about Fontana the other day. I think when we had the back-to-back, was that day before yesterday? We had back-to-back speed chases. As soon as one ended, I ended the stream, and we immediately got hit with a second speed chase. Oh, look, he's throwing up gang signs. What's up, homie? Where's he from? Oh, damn. He don't give a you know what. Homeboy's throwing up gang sets. He's like, y'all. I think he threw a peace sign as well. There it is. I'm pulling up the police chase on the big screen so bro could check it out. We got a friend hanging out here at the shop as well. A shout out again to Surrealist and Vel9. Yeah. Yeah, the homie was featured on the Dr. Green Thumb show yesterday on YouTube. Yeah, one of the both of them hot MCs in the hip hop world. And yeah, they shot a couple videos in here in the shop. We featured one of them last night. No audio though, and we did share a link to it. It's their Instagram reels. And on both of them, I believe they collabed with the shop here, Sky's the Limit Smoke Shop. Where we at? 3925 East Olympic Boulevard, folks. And I think we got there's a show tonight? Tomorrow night. Punk show tomorrow night. anyone want to get in the mosh pit, come on through. And yeah, wild start to the Friday.
Because they are definitely still there. They are definitely still in pursuit. But
I wasn't expecting this. I was like setting up to go live right now just to read the online Bigfoot report. And then I see this happening and I was like, yes. Oh, he's at Bro's exit. We're giving up we're doxing Bro now. He's passing up Bro's exit here. And the speed chase yesterday they went by Bro's place as well. Let's see, what gang is that? Someone in the chat might know. Or maybe it's sign language. I'm not sure. Trying to make it out here.
His behavior.
I've made out so far. Peace from the west side. We got 10 on it. See you in a few.
Speeds. Obviously, the people down there likely have no idea what's going on, and
Tate's name is Mud. What?
Involved in situations like this. But you mentioned that this was a carjacking, possibly a crime.
I got Primus on the mine.
The keys in the engine running. No mention that we know of that a weapon was used, but obviously this individual is dangerous now that he is on the road. Do we know where the vehicle was possibly parked when it was taken? Was it from a residential area? Was it in a parking lot?
You know, Araxia, that would be a good question for our assignment desk. And again, if couldn't they answer it, it would be difficult. If they could pull that information, I'm always impressed with our assignment desk, by the way. But I got to say, that would be a tough one. What I can tell you is that the carjacking was what they're saying. Fontana is the city where it came from. It's been on the freeways for
AKA Fontucky. Tell them, Tina C. Shout out Pops. Yeah. Our Pops, bro and I's Pops. We got some Fontana connections.
From Melissa.
Fontucky.
That there was a pursuit, and we started trying to track it down. We did hear, like I said, some crosstalk on California Highway Patrol basically talking about it, but they were saying they were not getting involved, so we knew it was another agency.
I think he's doing the look, ma, no hands. Yeehaw. Looks like he has a black bag. I thought it was like I was like, don't tell me it's a rooster in the back. No, it's a black bag. Looks like a contractor bag. Uh-oh. What's in the contractor bag, bro?
There is a law enforcement aircraft over it, and that's kind of what brought us to that location. And that's how we got here, and we're watching this right now. Now, clearly, this is a pursuit. It is, speed 70 miles an hour. You did mention
green jelly, not me. Did I quote something?
All the time when we're on these chases, law enforcement, they are concerned about the public, they're concerned about themselves, but they're also concerned about the driver of that vehicle, the suspect as it would be. They don't want to see anybody get hurt in any of these situations, and that is a daunting task, especially when you have somebody that does not want to be taken into custody, has custody of a vehicle like this, a heavy vehicle like this, moving at speeds just a tad over freeway speeds. Let's be real. If anybody drives in California, 76 on the 10 freeway, 75 miles an hour, we all do it. But in this case, this person is a little agitated. He also is probably looking in that rearview mirror and also has other things on his mind. Like you said, when he was throwing out those signs out the window, not holding the steering wheel, that all adds into this, into the equation of being very dangerous. Now, as far as the law enforcement, we do know they did back off, but the law enforcement helicopter is still above it. If I figure out who that is, I will give the PD 20. That's going to be again. Is that Ontario? Might be Ontario PD. That's actually joining the pursuit right now. But again, they're talking to the
Tate Hieronymus to the office, please.
Law enforcement, whatever city we're in. We're already in Boyle Heights, so I'm sure the sheriff's department is aware that this is in its.
All right, they're here, folks. We're in Boyle Heights here, so East LA. Yep, Boyle Heights. Let's see if he comes through by the shop, bro. Chases have come by through here, folks. So you never know. Might have to make a pit stop over at Sky's the Limit.
Being stuck on the 405. We know backup was up to 2 hours. So this freeway is very much open, and this is allowing the suspect to just cruise through. Wait a minute. Is he communicating with that car? For a minute, it looked like.
You know what? You've got much better eyes than I. I did not see any of that, but he's still moving along.
He slowed down
at a pretty good clip. Other cars, take a look at that. Take a look at that. Yes. It is starting to slow down. And anybody that drives the 10 Boyle Heights, you're going to be making your way over to the downtown area. And, everybody knows it. Take that carpool. If you drive this, the carpool will get you into that downtown area a lot quicker. Clearly not on the carpool right now.
Oh, they'll make their own lane. We seen that day before yesterday. And downtown, if he's headed downtown, we're gonna have some real fun there. Look, there goes the Joker in the purple. Yep, Challenger.
There, if they have fallen back that far, they're gonna catch up because traffic is coming to a stop right now. We're gonna see this guy try to make some maybe make aggressive moves. Hopefully not. Little bit, change.
We got bro doing commentary in the background. We need to pull up a second mic and camera for him here.
Onto the off-ramp.
Put a thumbs up in the chat for that one.
And
exit coming up. Yep, we see the police cruisers right there.
City.
Is there an exit coming up? If you widen out a little bit, he looks like.
I'm sorry. What was that, Araxia?
If there was an exit coming up, but it looks like he's still sticking to the left lane there.
Yeah, there are some exits in this area, but it's going to be a lot of heavy traffic.
Trying to get to the hood.
Law enforcement, we know all the law enforcement around us. Fontana, we don't usually cover their pursuits. LAPD, they have very strict policies on being aggressively blocking in a vehicle, and so does the sheriff's department, especially in a pursuit type of situation. Fontana, I'm not sure what their policies are, but you can clearly see not trying to get ahead of him, not trying to block him in. And again, this is a very powerful truck, 4-wheel drive diesel, and you can clearly see it's got some girth to it. That's probably a 2500. Nice. And again, moving along there, making his way, making his own lanes. As far as the drivers around him, like you said before, clearly a lot of these folks have no idea what's going on. The Fontana PD, we do see the lights. I wish we could hear if they have sirens. And if they do have sirens, at least some of these folks might know, hey, there's something going on. We need to get over to let the law enforcement through. That
San Bernardino don't play either. I know exactly where he's at.
Out here in the downtown area, it's going to be tough, especially if he makes his way into the buildings. But as far as Fontana PD goes, I'm curious why they're not asking. Again, I should.
And Fontana PD probably don't know LA like LAPD.
But right now, this pursuit definitely in the LA, in the city of Los Angeles. And again, no assistance from California Highway Patrol, no assistance from LAPD.
Hola, Polly. Welcome to Southern California. No, just welcome to California. This could happen anywhere, but it usually happens down here. And this is our Friday here in Los Angeles. Yeah, welcome.
I'm right there with you, Araxia. And as far as we've been watching it all together. This has kind of been the what's been going on since we picked it up in the Covinas. Just a lot of that. So clearly, giving a shout out to his people. As far as the lanes go, he's again, fidgety. That's the best way to describe it. He'll hit the gas, he'll slow down, he'll hit the gas, he'll slow down. Now he's come to a complete stop. now he's trying to make conversation with somebody. I'm not sure.
Hey, babe, let me get your number. It's Friday night. Carrie Fast, welcome on in. Yes. Bigfoot Forest, Vancouver, Squatch Island. What is up?
There you go. That's going to be the first off ramp, and it looks like we're not taking it. So we're going to be continuing on onto the 101 now. That 10 turns into the 101 up here. Going to be on the north.
Oh, yeah, we talk about the 101 a whole lot, right? Everything from Bigfoot crossing the 101 to these high-speed chases. Where's Gerald from Midwest Night Watchers? Is he lurking? We're going to call him to the office next.
We're in your area. Come take this over. And they're clearly not saying that. This is not the first time he's gotten off the freeway, by the way.
No, our guys are on lunch break right now, bro. It's about to be 1 o'clock, lunchtime.
Definitely getting off the freeway now in the downtown area.
Okay, and it looks like we are on, let's see, this cross street here. Where is he going to turn? He's turning on.
Oh, it's Alameda.
Alameda, okay.
Alameda.
We have about 3 or 4 police cruisers right behind him. So this is the time where, now that we're on surface streets, it could be a matter of time.
Super cool, Carrie. Glad you found those videos. Yeah, my channel's a mess, and I have, done some exploring here and there, some interesting places. I want to do a lot more of it, but yeah, interesting that military exercise took place at that particular building. When we did a live last night, test breaking news live. Look, he's by Grand Central Station, Olvera Street, and then the gas station he's going to be pulling up to is the highest, most expensive gas station in, I think, LA County. I think their gas is probably like $8 there. And even when gas prices are always high, but when they're not this high, that gas station, look, everyone stopped at following the traffic lights and everything here. That's surprising. Pedestrians going by. Yeah, that gas station. There it is. Boom. So Olvera Street, right at the other corner, very famous historical part of Los Angeles. They're known for their taquitos there and other cool stuff. Haven't been there in a long time. Let's check this out. He's at Olvera Street, bro. And that's like, I stay not too far from here either. We'll see if he goes by my place.
These guys are, and I gotta wonder if it is the size of the vehicle that's keeping them from doing a pit maneuver. Is it the fact that we're outside our city jurisdiction? There's a lot that those officers have to.
Bro, you're not pit maneuvering that unless you got that what is it? The bear claw. Oh, I'm sure they like the bear claws, but the bear cat. Oh man.
And bring it to a stop. It doesn't work like that in real life, and especially if you're law enforcement. There's a lot of rules, there's a lot of regulations, and this is the first time we get a peek inside the passenger side.
John P. Cheers, brother.
Oh,
look, there's the Twin Towers there. You want to go to? That's where he's going after this. That's the jail there. Oh, federal prison. My bad.
I have a feeling Dylan is.
Thanks for the correction, bro.
But right now, he's on Alameda. If he makes a U-turn, it's going to be a little tough for us, but we're going to wait and see if he pops out. But there he goes. There he goes. So now we're going to be southbound on Alameda, making our way south. The buildings are going to continually be a little bit of an issue. God. Dylan, if we can move a little bit more over it, that'd be great. And I'm sure
he's going to head to Olympic. Watch.
When it comes to pursuits, he is the guy to have flying Skyfox. So we're keeping an eye on the vehicle. There he is, and continuing southbound again. As far as the
burritos y taquitos, ay ay ay.
It's going to be the California Highway Patrol. These are the guys we heard about earlier on that I said, the K-9 unit that was trying to catch up to this. I don't know why they felt that they're going to need the K-9 unit here. Maybe they thought it's going to become a standoff. But or this guy might.
Sweetly morbid, Bear. You know how it goes down here, girl. This is no thing but a chicken wing on a Friday for you. And we're bringing it to you live. Glad you're here. And thank you for dropping a comment on Jeremiah's and I's interview. I seen that. I need to respond to you. Much love to you. Glad you're here and hope you have a blessed weekend. Yeah, we're kicking it off right here. And hopefully, viewer discretion be advised. We hope this ends peacefully with nobody hurt. You never know. So heads up, folks. I'm going to notify family right now.
For the most part, he's not as erratic as he was on the freeway.
Not erratic. Well, he's still a little twitchy. I just saw him do that again right there. This is the interesting thing. I always see these on these pursuits, and it's one of those that I don't think people really understand it. You know, this guy basically just ran a red light back there. And
who was it, bro? Ripset. Y'all see that big old blockbuster? We're all checking out like the graffiti in the city. And luckily, a lot of it these days is huge letters. So shout out Ripset.
Say it's coming to an end and then it goes forever, or if it's like, oh, this is going to go forever, and then they just stop. But you know, law enforcement still has to follow the rules. You know, that was a red light. This guy, both those units stopped, waited for it to be clear, and then made their way through there. Even with their lights and sirens on, they had to catch up. But as far as this goes, we're still heading southbound on Alameda. And, you know, how are they going to bring it to an end? That is the big question.
They're coming this way, folks. They are headed this way.
You know, maybe the truck's going to run out of fuel. Maybe this person's just going to make that decision. Roxia might be right. Maybe they're going to get ahead of it, especially if it's California Highway Patrol, and get those.
Bro, hook a left on Olympic. I'm running outside with the camera.
That because there's some unincorporated LA that we're coming into that is actually patrolled by the California Highway Patrol.
You know,
so
you
perhaps,
say fidgety and twitchy, the driving style, very unpredictable. It almost feels as.
All right, just sent mom a message like, "Yo, mom, there's a change." She's like, "I know. Glad I'm not working out there today." I said, "Oh, thank goodness." Love you, mom.
Decide which way to go, which turn to take, because they're not familiar with this area. But with this guy, it's tough to tell if that's the case or if it's just him being fidgety from the get-go.
Fidgety from the get-go. Perhaps he's listening to some music and just getting into the vibe of the music as he's driving along there. He's making a turn now. And we got a big building right there. I feel Dylan making some. This is another thing too. It's all perspective. He's making it.
We are the. Y'all say the rest. I don't want to get a copyright, but he's going down Olympic now, folks. He's headed our way. If I run outside, you know why.
And continuing on, that's going to be the 10 freeway right there as we're making our way under it. Is he going to try to get back on? Yay! He missed the on ramp. So, you know, you'll have other opportunities. But as far as it's going, we're staying on the surface streets right now. California Highway Patrol picked it up. They're going to try to bring this thing to an end. You know, it's going to be a tough one. It really will. I wonder if LAPD might break out the spike strips, kind of do a coordinated. You know, he was going south on Alameda for a good amount of time. But it does definitely seem like this is more showboating for this guy than anything else. Continuing with the hand signals out the window, if that's a sign language, we can call it that. But slow going, kind of almost taunting officers, and then, like you said, speeds up.
Gotta go over the bridge, bro.
Hard turns on that steering wheel, back and forth, twitching.
Past the Sears building, keep going down.
Rolling around down there. As far as law enforcement, like I said, I don't think California Highway Patrol is going to block this person in. I don't think that's part of their policy, especially when it comes to a pursuit and a heavy vehicle like that. As far as it goes right now, very slow moving. Downtown Los Angeles, we're going to be in a very industrial part.
Just got a notification of the police pursuit on Citizens. A little late there, Citizens.
This could turn very quickly, though. There's always that. This
over the bridge.
You know, it just puts his foot in it, and it could become a totally different situation. Right now, it looks like we're moving along and continuing on. I believe we're going to be on Olympic, and
we'll
see where this takes us, Araxia.
What's in the back of that the truck there? It looks like is it just garbage? I can't tell.
Yeah. Looks like it's
Tools?
a bag, some wood. There
Yeah.
might be something. Yeah, it might be just they wrap something in some tarp or something like that. At first, I thought that was a horse on the window.
I think it's a
It
dog.
did come out of Fontana. I thought maybe this was a ranch vehicle. Yeah, it looks more like a dog.
Mhm.
But it's continuing on, and again, I would venture to say this guy just taunting. This is
Well-
kind of like a taunt. This is a.
There's the Sears building, that big old Art Deco. Yeah, keep coming, bro. Keep coming. He just crossed Soto. Big old Art Deco building there. Built in 6 months, they say. Big old K4P right there. Massive. Wow. Shout out K4P. Damn. All right. I'm getting ready to run outside, folks. Let's see. Woo. This is getting cray-cray.
Driving a vehicle. It's like you got to think to yourself, what state of mind do you have to be in to take somebody's vehicle and then get into a pursuit? So, whatever that state of mind is, clearly we're witnessing it right now. California Highway Patrol right behind them. Lights and sirens probably helpful to any of these folks that are on the roadway. At least they know some kind of emergency is happening. This vehicle moving 57, I'm venturing to say, on Olympic Boulevard. Well, now we're dropping back down again. But at any rate, he's kind of blending with traffic. So that portion makes it a little bit more difficult for people on the roadway down there. The only plus I can say is pretty much at every one of these red lights, he has stopped. And those are the ones that I always worry about when you go through those intersections. Even if you're just going, 40 or 30 through an intersection, if it's a green light for somebody else, of course they're going to be looking. But do you think somebody's just going to go cruising through there? Probably not. And that's where we see a lot of these accidents, and that's where we see a lot of injuries to civilians or people that are just on the roadway. And I always worry when we go through that. But it does seem like this guy has continually stopped at every red light, which is a plus, but then he goes into the wrong side of the road. He's doing it again right now, just probably trying to get up ahead, or you got some slower vehicles in.
And trying to avoid traffic, going around traffic. Yeah, it seems like he's trying to go around traffic.
Yeah.
Oftentimes with these pursuits, we always talk about, most of the time, people who are being pursued try to go into neighborhoods that they're familiar with or an area that they know somewhat well. It's a little difficult to tell if this person knows this area well, just judging by the driving style, which leads you to believe that they don't, but we never know. He very well could.
All right, folks, he just whipped by the shop here and we got the footage. Wow. This is wild. All right, we're gonna pull this. Oh, there's my brother. Look, Steve, there you go, bro. There's me right there. We're on the news. I don't need to pull anything up. Y'all seen it right there. Wow. We're gonna have to clip that, remix it.
Actually, down there on the ground, everybody seems to think like this is kind of like an event, but you just don't know who this person is. You don't know. Maybe just because we didn't see a gun doesn't mean he doesn't have a gun. Doesn't mean that he might not choose to or not see you if you walk up to the truck. There's a lot of stuff going on. All law enforcement.
I'll be posting a short later.
The public's help when it comes to like an actual pursuit. Of course, if he's out running, please, by all means, point it out. Say there's a guy hiding underneath a bush over there or whatever it might be. But during the chase, they
B Mora in the house. Welcome. There's a King Taco to the right, folks. Anybody want some tacos on this lovely Friday here in East Los Angeles? Who else we got up in here? Gustavo, bienvenidos a la loquera. Oh, man.
Oh, that's going to be the 5 freeway down there. Maybe we're going to get back on the freeway. We'll find.
Yeah, where are we going next? Are we headed back to Fontucky? It's very possible. A lot of times these chases will do a full circle back to where it started from. And I hear more sirens. Hear more sirens outside. Sounds like maybe more units jumping on the chase here.
I'm going to put if it was, I'm going to put my money on does not know exactly where he is because he's staying on all these major arteries. He hasn't gotten into any neighborhoods. If this person was going to flee or had a plan, like usually we see them get into a neighborhood, jump out of the car, run through some backyards. We haven't seen any of that. Right now, Telegraph, anybody that knows this area, major artery out here. We're going to be, if we continue this way, we're going to be getting very close to, look, he's got both hands out the window again. And his cell phone. What? Oh, it's a drink.
Drink.
Oh.
We need a drink.
Yeah, look at that. He's got a Stanley Cup. All right.
Well, it might not be his, but.
Más dos X, por favor.
Cup. Anyways,
well, that too.
yeah, definitely. It might not have been. Might have been inside that vehicle when he took it. But at any rate,
it sounds like Stu on the chopper, but it's not. Stu would be, I think, a lot more funnier, and I don't know, could be Stu.
There's been a couple of opportunities to get onto the freeway. We haven't seen him do that yet. But then, as soon as I say it, Araxia, maybe no. And we're continuing on. Now we're going to be clearly, you can see.
Yes, going to the Citadel, right? We were talking about the Citadel. See, these old world. I just stuttered like a machine gun there. Whoa. These old world buildings have been popping up. So yesterday it was the military at the St. Luke's Medical Center, which is also an Art Deco from the old world. They said built in 33. And you got to check to see how long they built it. It might have been a year or two or something ridiculous. But what was the other one? The Sears building we just passed here, and the Citadel we had brought up. Who brought that up the other day? But Tina and her hubby and I, when they came to visit at the shop here, they had some business to do out that way. So I brought up the Citadel, and the Citadel, John Levi has brought up because it might be from the old world, and it's trippy because it's got the Anunnakis outside of it, holding the pine cones with their Apple Watches and holding the pine cone bag. Well, it's maybe not an Apple Watch, but yeah, the Anunnakis are on that building, and it used to be a tire manufacturing. We took a look at it during a stream once. But I think there's something more to that building there. And now it's a Citadel where they call it the Citadel. It's like a shopping outlets.
Probably been over for more than probably 45 minutes. I'm getting an official 45 minutes right now. Officially.
We were on the air on GDLA Plus when we heard there was possibly a pursuit with a stolen vehicle. And that was...
Yes, Bimora. So it's possible that building there and all these other buildings we're mentioning are from a previous civilization. I'd like to see the construction photos and not deconstruction of some of these buildings, especially that Citadel one.
Just gonna try to get up behind there and just tap that bumper as it would be and try to get this thing to spin around. That would definitely
tap that bumper. Watch out. It zoomed in right on your ass. I saw that, bro. Oh, you said about me being out? Spectating. Oh yeah. Yes, they made a comment on the news about us being spectators out there, but we got some experience with some of this under our belt, so believe me, I was keeping an eye on bro while I was recording, and yes, we were in the street there, but all good. That's hilarious. Brother clipped out a little snippet of that, so I'll be sharing that later too.
Right
there on the road.
Definitely. That's the one positive that's been going on this since we started this this adventure is he has been moving relatively slowly the entire time. When we were on the freeway, it was light traffic to say the least.
Tickle your feet, Rose. Welcome on in. Glad to have you here. And yeah, I'm glad everyone's excited. Yeah, this is high energy right here, folks. Y'all feeling the vibes? I'm definitely pumped up and hope you're feeling the vibes as well. Charge up, folks. Charge up and have yourselves an amazing weekend. Remember, safety first. You don't do what this guy's doing at home, folks, people of all ages.
Sheriff's vehicle in the shot. I was wondering if maybe they were doing a deployment of spike strips. I didn't see that at all, and I haven't heard it either. But right now, continuing on, may still stay.
Oh yeah, Elder Medicine Bear Claw. He should. I mean, we could maybe a cold water. Let's see. We got some yerba mate, some Arnold Palmers. We don't have the cervezas, las cervezas, bien frías, sudadas y heladas. Oh, all right. He is coming back. Watch out. Heads up, folks. He's coming back.
He's going to be going into. Oh, what's going on here?
Oh,
What?
Did they strip him?
what was that?
I don't know.
Huh? Is that were they attempting?
Okay, I wasn't sure. He had the deck lit up. I was
Right,
wondering
right,
maybe he was pulling out the spike strips, but I
strips.
definitely didn't
I thought
see
so
any.
too.
But looks like they are starting to coordinate some kind of plan to
He's speeding up.
basically use some intervention, as it would be, to bring this to an end. Spike strips, perhaps. We haven't seen any attempt at a pit, so that is, I'm venturing to say we're probably not going to see that. But maybe we're going to see a spike strips deployment here in a moment or two.
What? Link to Sweetly Morbid Bear. Did she post a video? What's going on here? Y'all know what to do. If you got a channel, you got maybe on another platform, you got a page or something, a website. What you got going on? Let us know. Drop your links up in the chat. Let's network, folks. This is what we do here. It's Friday. Where my movers and shakers at? Look at the ladies on lunch break. ¿Qué está pasando?
So, I did lose the IFB, Roxia. I'm going to try to get that back. I'm going to hand it to you just for a few moments, and I'll let you know when I can hear you again.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Okay, I thought you were just ignoring me. Okay, so we are back. No, I was just mentioning that he had picked up speed at one point, but now we're getting into an area where it's a little bit more congested. So
it's got to be Stu.
Definitely, and Whittier Boulevard. I drive this street at least twice a month, and it's a great ride to go through a lot.
Yeah, if he's on Whittier, we're cruising now. This is what you do usually on Friday nights, Saturday nights. Whittier Boulevard, shout out, right? I never done it myself, but I know that's what folks do. I grew up in Hollywood, so Hollywood Boulevard, when that was bumping, people cruise. I had enough of that. I was like, yeah, I ain't going to Crenshaw. I'm not going to Whittier Boulevard to go cruise. All that stuff. I grew up around it, so I'd go hide somewhere.
Get out in front of them. Just accidents happen, and we don't want to see any of that at all. Just saw the sign right there for Whittier Boulevard in East LA. But definitely getting into an area that's denser.
Wagwan Ridge Shot. And last night we were actually hanging over on, where was it? Over on AXN. No. Let me get it. AXN Radio, right? No. What is it? I'm getting it confused with Coley's. That's SNX. Yeah, AXN Radio, I think, with who is it? Anyway, we're hanging there. Stringers running around LA, going to scenes. And Ridge Shot usually hangs there as well. Yeah. Lick a shot for Ridge Shot. All right. Let's see. Where are we now?
Crossing the street or even bicycling or just walking their dog, whatever it is.
Hey, Ridge Shot, homeboy came by the shop, bro. So that means you got to come through at some point now. The speed chase just went by the shop, brother. Can you believe it?
Pursuit. Explain the difference, I guess, tracking mode and a pursuit situation, because what constitutes a tracking situation? When they completely back off and you can't see any police cruisers on the ground?
You know what? Have not sat in on a briefing and have not been brought up on exact protocol.
I bet Tina C, Sweetly Morbid Bear, B Mora probably have it all mapped out too. When they look at the screen, they don't even have to pull up the grid map because they already got it in their brain. They know all the streets and all the little alleys and cuts that nobody knows. Is that right?
That the lights and sirens and the fact that you have law enforcement right behind that vehicle is agitating the driver, as it should, in my opinion. But nobody's asking that. But
so we have not. I have not checked out Malibu, Carry Fast, since the fires or the Eaton fire, and I've been bringing that up lately, and I want to go check it out, see how things are going. What's up? Oh, here's back on Indiana. Yeah. He's coming. Make a left again, and he'll come back through the shop. So he's down a few blocks from the shop here. So he just passed Indiana. You know, we're on Indiana and Olympic. Yeah, he's headed back downtown. But yeah, no, I want to go check out these areas that have been burned. And like the Eaton fire, there's certain hiking trails that have been closed, so that sucks. And that haunted forest area that I keep talking about and that we've been to several. Oh, look, there's Rio's Smoke Shop where the Wingstop is. That's where I usually guide people when we don't have what customers are looking for. If we don't have a particular product, I send them to Rio Smoke Shop. That was where that Wingstop was. But yeah, we're going to have to go check out those areas, Carry Fast. So we will at some point.
In fact, if he stays on this road, we're going to be on 6th Street here in just a moment.
Oh,
and going across the bridge, we'll see what happens right there. Probably not going to do a pit maneuver there, even though it's wide open.
No, but that'll be fun going over the 6th Street Bridge. You know, it's been stripped of its copper twice. And unfortunately, the cool lights that they have on it aren't able to be turned on. And yeah, I want to go take a look at the bridge. A lot of gnarly stories. You know, people have ended up at the bottom of the bridge, accidents on the bridge, people doing crazy stuff on the bridge as well. The 6th Street Bridge.
We've covered stories from time to time where, you know, they've pursued the suspect
100.
and, you know, an innocent bystander has lost their life as a result of that individual getting agitated and going fast, and errors have been made.
Oh, Sharon. Welcome, Sharon. I don't know if you just came in, but as you can see, we're in a slow speed pursuit at the moment. And yeah, I hope you're having a good start to your weekend. Hopefully this could activate some energy inside of you and get you pumped up, and maybe you go out for a drive yourself. Just don't end up in a speed chase, of course.
Into a situation where the suspect, quote unquote, gets away, but the vehicle is recovered and nobody is injured. You know, I think that's still a win. That's still a little win for LAPD. There's Pioneer Chicken right there, one of the last ones in Southern California, like I said. And we're going to continue on. So another block or two, and we're going to be on 6th Street Bridge. Had a pedestrian going across there. Don't know if that, I should have stayed a little bit wider. Don't know if
there's a picture. There used to be a Pioneer Chicken in where I grew up in Hollywood, right up the block on Hollywood and what is it? Hollywood and Western. And back in the day, the Beastie Boys had taken a picture there. I don't know if that ended up on an album cover or what. I'll have to ask my older sister about that. Shout out to Big Sis. Love you.
We like, but like you said, you know, depending upon what the crime is, if this guy gets away this time and the truck gets recovered, nobody gets injured, I would still consider that a win for law enforcement. But I know a couple of law enforcement guys, and some of them, if they're not putting the bracelets on the suspect, it isn't a win. And so, you know, but again, they got to weigh it out. You know, this is a carjacking. Nobody was injured.
And no mention of weapons, right?
We haven't heard of it. No man. Yeah, right. So just getting the vehicle back, that'd be a plus. That would be, and also keeping the public safe. So at any rate, we made our way over that 6th Street Bridge, making our way into downtown Los Angeles. Well, what are we doing here? We're going to make a U-turn? Maybe he's want to pick somebody up? Yep. I don't know. She clearly had no interest. But anyways.
There's the fact that this car may run out of gas.
True. We don't know. A big diesel like that with the gas prices right now, you wonder if it was full. But
there's a lot of those creeps in LA too, right? That pull up in a car. Oh gosh, I seen one dude at the gas station here yesterday was like totally hitting on the teller, and I'm like, bruh. We're stopping here. Let's see what's going on. Might want to jump into one of those trash trucks. Oh, Montana! Shout out Montana! Montana paint store nearby there. And yeah, bro, I was like, man, where is it? Okay. Still getting used to my sound effects here.
Why can't they do a pit maneuver right now? Like at this moment, the car is stopped. Why can't they just ram the car?
Because one, that wouldn't spin it around. If they would get behind it right there and just kind of bump it, it would not spin it around. It would just kind of block it in. And again, that's agitating the driver. And I know that's kind of a no-no when it comes to pursuits. If this guy would come around in the front and just block him in, so many times have I sat there with folks and they're like, "Why they're just blocking him in?" Yeah, that's the voice they make. But that's the thing. You can't. You can't. You just can't do it. It's that officer probably would get reprimanded harshly for making a move like that, even if it was successful.
Do you see him talking to? Okay, I was just trying to wonder if there was someone on the sidewalk he was communicating with, but it seems like there was no one there.
I'm not sure. I was thinking the same thing. This is where he's coming.
I do take notes as well. I don't know if any of you out there.
Into oncoming traffic. So there we go. We're making that turn again. We're off and on, and here we're going again. And yeah, we're back on Alameda. No, we're Central. We're on Central right now, but we're heading back kind of where we started when we got off the freeway. So we're headed back up towards the 101, northbound on Central. And again, lucky to say, light traffic. Lucky to say this guy is not aggressively angry. He isn't driving like threatening other drivers. He's communicating the best he can to other folks down there.
Yeah, Rich Shop. My youngest sister got chased. Her and her friends got chased out of the Cobb Estate haunted forest by orbs, bro. I've been meaning to have her on. Maybe one day. Excuse me. Maybe one day. We'll have her explain that whole story, but that happened there.
But right now, definitely in downtown, and it's going to start getting a little bit more crowded as we're making our way back over towards the 101, edge of the Arts District, downtown Los Angeles. And this is going to, yep. Now
Let me tell you, downtown has enough going on already, folks. And here's this guy.
Let's see if we can get Skyfox positioned correctly.
Yeah, the buildings are in the way. That makes it difficult.
All right, bro is officially leaving the shop, so we are on duty. Look at that guy from the rooftop there. Nice view. We are solo and on duty, so this is gonna get even more. My stomach's starting to turn now. Like, oh no. Hopefully we get a clean run here. But if need be, I will handle any customers. 2, 3 at a time, 4 at a time. Bring them in.
The entire time. Let me get a little bit of a wider shot. I'm not sure if we're in the Japanese. Yeah, we're getting towards the Japanese village area, and at least it isn't in the district. I mean, this is a district, but I
get that vibe just from Pasadena, Altadena, period, bro. Something about the foothills and the mountains and those old houses, and of course the old world buildings. Uh yeah, it's definitely a haunted, spooky feeling Pasadena. And then not to mention all the historical stuff like the beginnings of NASA, JPL, Jack Parsons. I gotta bring that up all the time. Jack Parsons and the was it the Babylon workings, the whole moon child thing, and yeah, all that occult stuff. And I'm sure there's still a lot of occult stuff in. Yeah, we stopped by the Pasadena Scientology. We didn't even know it was a Scientology building. There's a couple Masonic temples there. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff. So I think it's haunted for sure, man. Strange energies there.
They go to an area that they know or know someone or something has been orchestrated. But in this case, it just feels as though he's driving in circles.
Resist who?
Definitely driving in circles. You have a little bit of a protest right there. That's going to be the federal building. He did slow down, probably reading the signs.
Check out
can check out what's going on, and continuing on. California Highway Patrol. This is
honk if you're crazy.
It's like we're watching this. Am I a little not frustrated, but it's like, come on already. But you got to think what is the law enforcement doing down there, and how they have to constantly be professional, stay with it. Of course, we're just watching it. They are in it. They are part of it. We're watching the pursuit. They are the pursuit. And they've got to keep everybody safe. And this is a daunting task. And
hey, we were in it for a slight second there as well, man.
A little bit, it's going to wear on them. They're going to start getting exhausted down there. He's not just driving. He's probably making radio calls as he's driving. He's keeping, scanning, making sure that there are no pedestrians.
Oh, yes. Carry Fast 8. The Cobb Estate story is very interesting. Also, the Cobb family, there was like a lot of, it seemed like tragedies there. There's some fires, some unalivings. And then the property went, I believe it was, who did it go to? I think it was the Wright brothers, the Wright brothers, guys that having to do with the airplanes and all that. And then from there, it went to the Marx brothers. I could be wrong in the order. Then the Marx brothers owned it. And then from there went to the Pasadena Freemasons. I'm not sure what particular like sect or lodge or who, but we've read it before. But yeah, the Masons had taken over it, and now I don't know. I guess it's maybe the cities. Who knows?
There, I really don't. I kind of wonder who he's making these signs to. Wow. Maybe it's this guy.
Yeah, it is that guy.
I feel like,
and some other spirits that can't be seen.
Like, there's obviously something off here, whether it's substance or some kind of mental health issue, because none of it is obviously making sense.
You think? Yeah, Carry Fast, there's a whole lot of old world stuff here. Even the observatory, Griffith Park Observatory, that's been pointed out as a possible old world building. Of course, our city hall downtown. The coroner's office, I looked at it. So we've done several explorations, and let's see what's Homeboy saying.
Over, buddy. No.
He seems to get getting agitated. His speed just picked up.
Yeah, clearly it was not the advice he wanted to hear. Yep. And we don't want to, and honestly, don't want to see that. Don't want to see that. I don't want to see this guy speed up and do something that's, going to hurt somebody else, going to hurt himself, damage that vehicle, any of it. Even if.
Well, he hasn't stuck out the middle finger at anyone that I've noticed.
No, he doesn't. These guys clearly not interacting with him, but he's definitely trying to interact with them. Welcome to my world, buddy.
All right.
Welcome to my world.
Canyon.
Can we get any tighter on him, or is this?
Sure.
I'm just trying to
Hang on.
get
Hang
a.
on.
Zoom in on him.
I know it's harder when he's moving, but I'm just trying to look at his signs.
No. Actually, is stop and start is what's making it difficult. It's not the movement.
Maybe when he stops, we can go
it's
hard.
It's the swerving that gets me. There we go. Here we go again.
This is what you call on one. You can hear people laughing in the background in the studio there. Homeboy is on one, if you ask me.
All been advised not to get involved.
On a good one, right? That's how they say.
Is it LAPD, the helicopter, involved in this? It's
most
okay.
likely. But you know, these days,
Yeah. So basically, what's going on? I just got an intense briefing from Dylan, quick and appropriate, like it should be. He basically said that the Ontario ship that's has been over it with us this entire time. Basically has another 20 minutes of fuel left, and he's going to stay here with it for those 20 minutes of fuel, and then hand it off to LAPD, which is they are here, but not involved in the actual pursuit as of yet. So as soon as he's got to go for fuel, they will the handoff will be done, and they will take it over. But getting a little bit more agitated, a little bit more aggressive in that driving right there. But you know, as far.
Did y'all see that fly zip by? We got a fly in the shop. It happens. Sometimes we open the doors.
As him stopping, haven't seen that. Now, clearly, we're going to be.
Sometimes we open the doors and they sneak in. We do have a fly zapper.
Out of the road there.
I have to zap his ass in a bit.
Oh, no, he's not. He was? Okay. But anyway, there we go. There we go. There we go. He's coming back out. And, yeah. At least he's slowing down every time he sees.
Yes, sir, Ridge Shot. Gulster Park. Check it out, dude. I got a video, bro. So we were out chilling with the family out that way. And when I was leaving, I was like, you know what? Let me check out a paranormal location. So I looked up the closest paranormal location online, and it shot me to that Gulster Park. And as soon as I parked in the parking lot, bro, there was an orb flying by. Some may think a satellite or whatever, but it was bright as hell. And I got it recorded, and then I went on my hike. And what did I name that video? I don't know, maybe Gulster Park orb or something. I don't know. I'll have to find it. But yeah, definitely. I was like, off the bat, like I get there and I see this, I'm like, yeah, this spot's got some stuff going on, man. So that's interesting. Yeah, let us know of any strange happenings of places like that. You could share those in the posts. Also, you could share links and videos to any places like that. I'm always interested.
But look how tight these streets are down there. This is what I'm talking about. And yeah. And these people are trying to get out of the way, you know, like they hear the lights and sirens. They're trying to do the right thing.
Well, and also, you know, this is another opportunity where we can mention how the location influences the decisions that officers make.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. This is even if they had the okay to pit, they would not do it right there. You know, and as far as me wondering about him taunting law enforcement, he's definitely taunting.
I'd go get like a 6-pack, a cold one, and pull up near him and show him it and be like, hey, cervezas. Stop the car. Stop the truck, Holmes. Let me talk to you.
And with any kind of injuries to him or anybody else that might be involved.
You mentioned that earlier, this individual likely taking their time because they know in the end he's going to end up back in jail or end up in jail, right? So just enjoying the freedom, you could say. But also, these are times where, for me, I think about when someone has nothing to lose, that makes them more dangerous.
Yep. definitely makes them more dangerous. And just having that mindset makes it very dangerous. And these are the things that law enforcement deals with all of the time.
Greetings, Nighthawk. Is Nighthawk giving instructions on how to do things?
So then you and I, and and they have to realize that that's kind of their mindset. It's like, okay, I'm going to go to jail. While you and I would be like devastated. But at any rate, this is one of those ones. That truck is the problem. That big truck, that heavy vehicle, and him continuing to drive it around, even though he's seemingly slow, still very erratic, still could become something very dangerous very quickly. And
very, very true.
For these so often.
Very, very true, Stu. And we're gonna, keep watching because you never know what might happen. And again, welcome to anyone who just came in. Yeah, we're on a wild, slow speed chase through LA. Started in Kentucky. Now we're in Los Angeles. And yeah, the later we go, the later we get into the day here, the more traffic is going to be showing up. So heads up, it's almost 2 p.m. here. It's about to be 1:45. And once that 2 o'clock hits, I think it's going to get pretty congested out there. So we'll see what happens.
About when we watch these
Was
things.
that a red light?
That's one of the reasons why a lot of that might have been.
Yeah.
That might have been. Here we go. This one clearly a red light as that guy's slamming on the brakes.
See? Good thing that person stopped.
Yep.
See, those other drivers have to
Definitely
be on guard because I think about this all the time sometimes when you're at an intersection and then the light turns green for you to go. Maybe it's because of the job I have and the pursuits we cover, but I always give it a...
Hey, Urso, we made the news, brother. I don't know if you missed, have you seen that part? You might have missed it. Yeah, man, they came by the shop here. There's Olympic again. So he's going to head down Alameda a little more. And I'm very familiar with this part of Alameda also. I used to work in this area for a long time. And here I am kind of near it again.
Through running a red light, and I don't want to be the one to find out that it's his bad day. So making my day a bad day too. Yeah, but as far as this guy goes, let's keep with him. And again, back with those swerving back and forth.
So Stu,
and where are we going now?
This has been going on for a while.
Oh, freeway.
All right.
Okay, well, at least from the correct entrance. Okay, back on the...
Yep.
10?
Eastbound 10? Oh, come on. You can't tell me he's going back to Fontana.
Yeah, we're going back to Kentucky.
We don't have fuel for Fontana.
and Fontana is where this all began.
Yes. So let's see where he goes. Oh, I know this on-ramp. He's got the choice of the 60 over here, too. Yeah, so keeping on with the keeping on, but now he's getting back up onto the freeway. He rolled up the window. That's something new.
Well, it's also harder
he has
to
an
see now
opportunity
with
to get on
the
the 60.
tinted windows.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll see which one he picks right here. I think this is also an off-ramp again as well. But but he's got many options if he gets back onto that interchange. Up, looks like we are
come back this way.
Going to be. No, I think he's going to get back off the freeway. I'm saying that because I'm hoping he gets back on the freeway.
He's off.
Now he's getting back off the freeway. There we go.
See, there's just no
Santa Fe.
Rhyme or reason.
Rhyme to reason.
Right.
Yeah, definitely not.
But so much time
definitely
has
not.
passed,
And again,
and all we see are the CHP cruisers just...
He's using GPS.
So I'm just trying to figure out the strategy here, right? Like, is it just to keep following along until he runs out of gas, or he himself decides to give up? No attempts have been made thus far.
Yes.
Of
that for real, I would venture to say is the plan. I really truly believe it, and I don't mean it any kind of put down. It's that is the plan. That's probably the safest action that they can take with the best outcome. I don't know if the pit maneuver is basically frowned upon because of the size of the vehicle, or if somebody, one of their bosses or a sergeant, whoever it might be, said no.
All right. Is he coming back around for a round two, folks? He's coming down Olympic again, heads up, and he's stepping on the gas. We're going over the bridge. We're going to see the Sears building on the right here. There's the LA River. And if he keeps heading down Olympic, I'm going to run back outside. So heads up. Looks like round two, folks. Here we go. Where's my Jeez, I'm really lost with. There we go. Here you are. Round two. Whoops. Audio.
They're calling it. But we're going to be, we're just south of Boyle Heights, cutting across, wrong side of the road, making a slow decision, but it looks like we're going to be turning up and heading over towards the Boyle Heights area. Again, you got to wonder. I would venture to say that officer that's.
So he made a left on Soto, and so he won't be coming this way anymore at the moment. Seeing units driving by here. All right, so if you look at all the kids, like, yeah, speed chase. All right, Friday.
They're running to see what the commotion is. Stu, how much fuel do you have up in Skyfox?
Oh, don't tell me that, Dylan. We have roughly. I'm going to say maybe. Oh, here we go. Here we go. See, they listen to us. They listen to it. They totally listen to it. Yep, they listen to us. They listen to us. They are totally listening to us. Look at that. Look at that. Oh,
wow.
Yeah, that was like a ballet. That was so smooth. No. No. And not under a tree. Don't do it under a tree.
Oh, boy.
Okay. All right. Here we go. I was so proud of him. I was so proud. So let's see what happens now. Now that we've seen it,
right?
The suspect, cat's out of the bag. So
that clip's going to training. They're going to be showing that in the training, I'm sure.
Let's see where he goes. Are they going to do it again? Most likely. It's just where it can. Yeah, it has to be this, that. Yeah, it has to be. Everything's got to be clear. They got to be in, and nobody else around, and a certain speed. But boy, that Tahoe, he's got some damage now. But CHP, they're my heroes. They really are. But anyway, so back on the bridge, probably not going to do it here.
Yeah.
But boy, what a great job that was. That was really, really sweet.
Homeboy needs to drive back, and they need to do the pit maneuver right in front of the shop right here. How about that?
You were saying, Stu, as far as fuel.
Oh, we'll probably have another 15 to 20.
And shout out to all the members out there. You guys have access to some of these videos where speed chases have ended here outside of the shop, and other similar like content. Man, gonna have to switch it up and get some more Bigfooting content for the members. But yeah, some of that stuff I've made private, or not private, for members only.
It has to.
Yeah, man, they had them. What the heck happened there?
Wide enough street, probably near an intersection. There's a lot of things have to happen to make that happen. Going underneath the 10, and as far as the driver of that car, like I said, now he kind of knows. It's when he taunts them and he drives slow, he realizes there's a possibility that there might be another pit maneuver. see what's going on down there. Yeah, they're not going to do it with all these cars right there.
Well, yeah, there's no room. Trying to see the damage on that cruiser. Can't really make it out.
Yeah, I see. It looks like he's got a pretty good push bar.
That person needs to go in reverse so the unit could pull up in front of them and I would imagine block it. Get up on the sidewalk, bro.
Wasn't expecting that. I thought it was just going to come to an end. But yeah, that driver understands the Prindle, Prindle being the gear shift. Oh, look at the damage on the truck. Yeah, he's going to need a new bed for sure. Yeah. Slowing down again. Now he's back to that whole taunt.
Right.
Clearly talking to somebody. Got to get his message out. And
still close behind him, following closely.
Okay. So, and just for, not that it really affects us personally, but the helicopters are definitely swapping out now. LAPD is going to be the ones calling the pursuit from now on in. And, again, this is just not the spot where they can get up behind him there and do that pit, because there's just so many other vehicles nearby. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. It's like, hey, I got places to be. I got my cell phone out. I got my picture.
Live stream.
I'm gonna make it on the. That's just somebody with a cell phone that basically drove by the officers to get the shot. There you go. Yeah.
Posting.
Not I wonder if smart.
Not smart at all. And as far as California Highway Patrol goes, they probably are just like, they got bigger fish to fry right now. But not what they want to see. And it just continues on.
The signals, the hand gestures, just very jittery.
More of the same.
Jittery, right.
Yep. Simon Desk also asking me what our fuel situation is.
You said 15, 20 minutes, maybe?
Yeah, maybe a solid 15 now.
Back on the freeway.
Okay.
Getting back on the freeway. Yeah.
Here we go. Back on.
Going in circles.
I guess this truck had enough gas.
Yeah, the truck's seems to have plenty of fuel.
Mm-hmm. They always do.
And as far as the pit goes on the freeway, that one I don't think is going to happen.
Do we see that?
I've seen it one time.
Okay, I don't think I've seen that ever on the freeway.
I actually saw that one time, and it was crazy. And it was LAPD. But at any rate, now they've swapped it out. You've got a straight out cruiser. You don't have the big SUV anymore. Lights and sirens for sure. At least everybody down there knows.
I guess I could get into other news while we watch this too. I was checking out a missing persons case out of, and it's a U.S. I believe he's a university student, but went to Japan with his family, 20 years of age, had a dispute with his family, and went for a walk into a forest, a wooded area. And they say, I think some sort of storm hit. I don't know if they said a typhoon or something like that. So if you're looking at it through the missing 411 lens, that would be a thing. And also him leaving his family would be the point of separation, right? And they've sent out search teams, canines, helicopters, and there hasn't been any signs of him yet. So I'm not saying it's a 411 case. I have prayers to the family. Hopefully he returns safely and alive. But I'm definitely keeping an eye on it. And it seems to happen with these. Oh, look at that. Psych them out. Switched freeways here. With these university students, they go out abroad and go to these clubs, party, and end up not alive anymore, kind of mysteriously. And it could be, some weird paranormal phenomenon, or it could be some really sophisticated human related crime. So we're going to keep an eye on that. What else is happening? More bears. Yeah, another bear creeping around the community of Encino. There's some footage of that as well. What else is happening? So much happening out there.
They're probably hearing those lights and sirens, people trying to move out of the way. This guy is stopping, which is.
But I've really been enjoying all these wildlife clips in the city. It's maybe it's not a good thing, but it's interesting to see. That's for sure.
Trained, they are looking for the opportunity. That's for sure, and they're also looking for that it has to be safe. That's it. It has to be safe. And will they do it again? Probably. If they did it once, they'll probably do it again. Seeing this guy, look at him getting all antsy right there.
Yeah,
I don't blame him. I really don't blame him.
Do you see if the traffic has been stopped at all? Ongoing traffic?
As far as law enforcement,
yes.
No, they haven't done. There's a little bit of a traffic break behind them, so these officers are going to basically just kind of drive the speed. I mean, they're following behind, so it's like a rolling roadblock. But that driver has the ability to catch up to the pack, and that's what it seems.
Appreciate that, Tina C. Yeah, we got to remind people here to do that. But I do think YouTube possibly plays with those too. People probably do it, and they play with your numbers. I've heard of people complaining about that. But oh yeah, there's Dittman in Indiana. That's our exit here, folks. I could let's see, I could walk around to the corner and see, because the freeway's right at the end of the street here, and you could see the freeway traffic, some of it. Yeah, you see that wall right there? We're on the other side of that wall. And let's see, we're the Indiana. You could take either or exit to get to the shop. Either you could exit Indiana or Dittman. And was it Dittman? There was a speed chase earlier, I want to say about a month ago, that ended. Actually, it was the same day there was a homicide right here out at the corner of the shop. A speed chase had just ended at one of these exits right here that you see on the screen, and it turned fatal. Yeah, they actually released that footage recently, so I got to see how that ended. And I've always been curious about, situations, how they end. You kind of maybe play something in your mind, but you don't really know unless you're there to see it. And sometimes they release the footage of these situations. So that was a interesting one to see there.
Now, he's slowed down, which I suppose is a good thing, and it's just a waiting game.
How does this guy not have carpal tunnel syndrome? I mean, my gosh, I could not move my hands that much, that long. He should have been a pianist or something. Anyways.
Right, so Stu, I want to just let viewers know in about 10 seconds, they will be watching the Belmont Stakes Festival right here on Channel 11. If you want to continue watching us streaming with this pursuit that's ongoing, we will be streaming. That's where you can catch it.
Well, Roxy, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
All right.
All right. So here we are streaming, continuing.
Oh.
Our coverage. Don't say goodbye to me. We're just we're just off television. No, we're still together.
I thought it was supposed to be Roxy and I.
I'm getting a little bit. Yes. I'm getting information that the other helicopter is locked and loaded and ready to go, and is waiting for waiting for the person in the back seat, and then they will be on their way to join us. And you are going to get to see what happens, but I am going to have to watch on the internet. I'm going to be a viewer just like everybody else. And also, we lost the IFB once again. If we can get a nod to our friends in TOC to reset it, would be awesome. I'll do Skyvox, TOC. We lost the IFB.
Okay, Stu, while you work on your IFB.
Yeah. Bummer. So, yeah, it looks like Stu's going to head on out. And I'm telling you, traffic is going to be jamming in a few. And we'll see what happens there, man. I don't think this is going to last much longer, but who knows?
About, I don't know, close to 12:30, but
don't forget, I got a big online Bigfoot report for you after this.
Doesn't seem to have any intention to stop. A bit of taunting with the law enforcement throughout this pursuit, just the windows down, making hand gestures, some kind of signals. I have no idea if it means anything. We certainly don't know, but it's just been a very fidgety type of pursuit. I guess that would be really the best way to describe it, Stu. On and off, slowing down, speeding up, going in circles, just no end in sight.
No end in sight, indeed. And as far as all those hand gestures go, like I said, piano, guitar, anything. I mean, it's like my wrists are kind of hurting just watching all of that activity. And it really, truly has been nonstop. He's been communicating the entire time he's been driving. One-handed, two-handed. It is been non-stop. As far as California Highway Patrol, non-stop for them as well. They have done a little swapping out right there. Those SUVs that did that pit maneuver, they've kind of fallen back. They've got two cruisers now behind it. Where are we? We're on the South 710. I was going to say, that's also probably not the best choice. I could have told you there's going to be traffic here, and there definitely is. But when he's driving slow like that, traffic could have.
Does look like the 5, right, Tina? Is it the 7 or is it the 5? I wonder.
Because we are definitely a good family out here at Fox. Had Kevin whispering in my ear, not like that, and saying, "Hey, you got a fixed wing, a CHP fixed wing flying over us also." So they've got two aircraft, it's LAPD following along. They've got their helicopter. Just CHP. Yeah. So and you got a plane up high. So they're the ones that are keeping an eye on this. They probably are thinking this might make its way back to Fontana. That's why they incorporated that aircraft as well, meaning the plane, not the helicopter. As far as him going slow, like I said, he's probably been listening to us.
We are not driving back to Fontucky, folks. I ain't doing that drive.
Look at that. Look at that. Get your ducks in a row. Get there. Pit him. You could.
He's going 5 miles an hour there.
But anyways.
You don't want me lining up my duckies.
Got that freeway wide open for him there for a minute or two. So as long as he's up close to these other vehicles, I'm pretty sure they're definitely not going to.
He wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't. But again, am I making excuses for law enforcement? I'm gonna make an excuse for law enforcement. I'm gonna throw it out there. Here we go. Maybe they didn't do it because they didn't want to have an incident on the freeway blocking all lanes on the southbound 710 because they want to keep the traffic moving the best they can.
That is fair. We've dealt certainly on the 405 a mess today where people were stuck for 2 hours plus.
Yes.
Yes, the 405.
2 hours plus. Yeah, that would have been brutal. This probably wouldn't have taken 2 hours, but it would have taken some time.
Had the 405 had and I forget exactly where, but the freeway was shut down early this morning. Oh, it's near Westchester. And that was due to a robbery suspect that turned into a pursuit, and that ended fatal. So they had to shut down the whole freeway, and I could only imagine the 405 being shut down in the morning must have been a nightmare for commuters this morning. Oh my goodness.
I put money on that. He's just he literally is doing the. I know I'm going to jail. I'm just going to do as much of this as I can until this truck runs out of gas or something happens, and it comes to us.
Oh yeah, I got some I got some stories of the city of Vernon, Tina C, and everyone else. That's where I used to work many years.
Not being able to bring it to a stop.
Oh, he's trying
looks
to
like
go
we are
around
doing
it.
something different.
Yeah, he's stuck there.
Yeah. Don't you hate it when people get into gore point like that?
Yes.
And then just kind of push their way in front of you?
I did
You're
that
just like,
this
come
morning,
on,
though.
man.
I had to get
Was that
to
you
work.
or Roxia?
That was me. I had to get to work.
Yeah, well, I hear you. I hear you. Did you apologize, though? Were you like...
What's going on this Friday, folks? Anything, anyone going live? Anyone posting anything? Any videos being posted? Is there any podcasts anyone's checking out? I recently got a a podcast shared to me, and I love it already. If you like comedy and if you like the occult, you might want to check it out. I think it's YMH Studios with Duncan Trussell and Kurt Metzger, I believe is the name. And oh my goodness. Yeah, I've been going in on that lately.
Okay, I'm being serious. That hurts. But I can tell you the other, our relief is en route. So it's probably just their flight time to get here. So, but now...
Mom just texted me. She's like, man, this is one long ass chase. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Hey, my relief is
having to talk to everybody
too.
I don't think she knows I'm live.
Okay, all right. So
it might be something we do together.
We'll kind of... Well, yeah, I was going to say we'll bail at the same time. But the pursuit continues. And
yes, Stu, it does. And Rich Shot, yeah, man, we were trying to make out the neighborhoods he was throwing up. Since it started in Fontana, a lot of the gangs from out here during like the 90s, right, moved out that way. Even a lot of the tag banging crews, a lot of the graffiti crews, and there's that bridge there. It's actually a passing for the train, and it's a crazy one. Guys get out there and do full on pieces on that thing sometimes. Crazy. You got the 5 freeway flying under you. That's a suicide mission there. But yeah, man, Rich Shot.
Right now, what's going on is this is a pursuit started in Fontana, carjacking vehicle. Been on the freeways for most of the time, but did make its way all the way into the downtown Los Angeles area. We were in a lot of tight streets. There was a lot of slow moving, a lot of hand gestures, and all that damage you see right there, that was from a pit maneuver. It was clean, it was sweet, and it was...
So you got to thank this dude, unless he does something really, really crazy at the end of all this. Oh, there goes highway. Oh, 2 highway patrols there. What's up, guys? Chips driving by there. But this guy's giving us a pretty good tour of East LA, Boyle Heights, downtown. And we didn't have to pay for any of that. So a free ride, is it? Or is someone going to pay this gas bill at some point?
Officers, and basically, I would say, doing some showboating. That's my recap.
Yep. It's Friday. It was boring. It was boring in Fontana.
All right, everybody. Stu, thank you for that. Stu, just so you know, Araxia Carpadian, she is concluding her work here at Fox 11 for the week. We appreciate her and all that she did for this pursuit. This is Marla Tejas now jumping on to the Fox local stream. It is just about 2:10 in the afternoon. I am catching up to what you've been watching with us on the Fox local stream, this pursuit that has been going on for hours at this point. You just got a big recap, nice recap from Stu Mundell up in Skyfox. This started in Fontana. Now we're in East LA, a carjacking suspect.
Yeah, and I think we're headed to Long Beach now, folks. So get your beach wear ready. It's your flip-flops, shades, your beach towel.
Kept on going.
We're going to go to Long Beach?
Yeah, we're going to
Stu, can you hear me?
We'll stay for a little bit. Yes, definitely, Marla. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, we definitely can hear you. And and we're going to make our way down to Long Beach. So you're going to have us for just a little bit longer, if you like. But we're definitely going to make our way down to Long Beach. That's what we're going to get some.
Going to the LBC. What up, Gerald? I thought I was gonna have to call you into the office, brother. I'm like, where's Gerald at? We've been going on for like almost 2 hours here, going an hour and a half. Wild chase. We were on the news. Glad you made it, brother.
And just not what we wanted to see, though. The guy getting in that, putting in reverse. Oh, what's he doing right now? Maybe we are.
This is a cat and mouse.
Thought we were going to see the end right there. Yeah.
Do we know
more cat and mouse? More.
And let me ask you a few questions before I lose you. All right. And first of all, we appreciate Tim Conway. Sure. Always. It's funny you bring him up just because I was on KFI with Gary this morning from.
So Carry Fast. I like your thinking. You know, I've mentioned it before that when things happen like this, even like, crime, serious crime, I've thought about it, and I believe also on a certain level, maybe, you got to take it case by case. But yeah, a lot of these speed chases or when people act crazy, doing crazy stuff, is that really them? Or is it some sort of entity, some sort of being, some sort of some people call them demons, spirits, you name it. Could it be that takes over, and that's why people do crazy stuff? That's the way I see it like that, because I want to say for the most part, most people have a heart and, want to do good and help and all that. But there's this other population of folks that are just crazy, right? And so what is that craziness? And so I think, yeah, your comment there is interesting. Your conspiracy.
Really slow. He's been doing a lot of these hand gestures out of the windows. It like I said, he should have been a guitarist or maybe played piano. The movement has been non-stop since we picked this up. Almost a more.
Greetings, Murphy.
When the window's up right now, I venture to say he's not doing those hand movements. But look at that, just driving kind of slow, like you said, cat and mouse. The officers, me being frustrated, probably not that important. Those officers being frustrated, I feel their pain, especially some of the ones that have basically been with it since the beginning. And Fontana PD, they are trailing behind, and they are going to take this guy into custody. They're the ones that are going to be wind up doing the actual custody, the paperwork, as it would be when it comes to a stop. I'm looking for them. So they got to be around somewhere. As far as go ahead.
Is this a combo then? Mutual support between Fontana and CHP, or at this point, just CHP in the lead?
As far as it's funny. As far as policy goes, the way it's always been explained to me is there is no multitask pursuit. It's either one or the other. So Fontana probably would have had to say, we're giving the pursuit to the California Highway Patrol. And they can track behind, and when it's over, they can kind of pull up and say, all right, we'll take the suspect back to Fontana. We'll do the paperwork. But as far as the actual chase goes, as I always was told, one agency. And if we get a law enforcement person on board, maybe Tim, the other Tim Lynn, maybe.
And yes, Carry Fast, great question. Midwest Night Watchers, are y'all going live tonight? I was just asking earlier if anyone's, posting any videos today, going live, or have any links to any other podcasts or anything interesting. Let us know. Drop a link, share it in my posts, and here we go, rock and roll.
On the driver's side, that's because that's where pit maneuver was, I would say, not just attempted, it happened. It was a successful pit maneuver in that it stopped the truck for a moment, but then did not disable the vehicle.
There it is. Midwest Night Watchers going live tonight, folks. Y'all gonna come hang out? I usually do. And we have a good old time there. Wonder what Gerald's gonna bring up tonight.
Got to give a shout out to Miss Bucky. She's probably not watching on the internet, but I got family out here. Anyways,
Hey.
we'll see where this goes. Definitely slow moving, but that doesn't.
Shout out to all the members as well. Yeah.
Again, almost stopping right there. Is he teasing us? Is he teasing the law enforcement? Or is he just kind of doing the, I don't know which way to go. But there he goes.
We in Compton now on MLK.
Right there, yeah. So definitely not getting onto Long Beach Boulevard. And we're going to just keep, it definitely seems to be very industrial. This is, and I don't know if you were watching earlier on, but there you go, wrong side of the road. That's not unusual for him. Red lights, he has stopped at some. He ran through a couple of others. I haven't seen any close calls.
Let me ask you this.
But definitely a lot. Go ahead.
Have we heard anything? Of course, law enforcement always assumes that someone is armed, but do we know anything about this particular suspect? Has anything been gleaned thus far?
We have heard pretty clear in the very no weapons seen. That's the best that they can say because you just don't know.
Right.
But no weapons seen, and that's
but
know how this vehicle was taken. Maybe it was a strong arm. Maybe this guy came up, threatened the guy. Maybe there was a physical altercation. I don't know. But a lot of times this is just somebody's keys are in it, sitting at the gas station. Guy jumps in, takes off. Is that a carjacking? I don't know. I don't know the I don't know the legal. I don't know the legal differences, but it could be.
Yes, Kerry Fastay. I'm very familiar with Steve Isdall from How to Hunt, and I check his stuff out. And he gets. People have questioned if whether those are really even real emails, and I'm sure he's getting tons of emails. But I think someone was like, "Oh yeah, those could be even AI generated." But I see that he's starting to do interviews with people also, and he had done a few in the past like that, but he's starting to do more. I heard even Polite is mentioning again that he wants to start doing live streams as well. I'm like, dude, you should have been doing that. I mean, people would love to interact with him and do all that instead of like the pre-recorded videos. And we'll see if he does end up doing it. Isdall, at first I thought he was a jerk. I was like, oh yeah, this guy. But I get it. He's just a man, and I don't always agree with everything. But yeah, I still listen to some of his stuff for sure, off and on.
Maybe they're like, okay, the guy knows you can use reverse. Let's block the back this time around. There's a lot going on down.
And what I mean, he comes off kind of maybe aggressive to some people, like, and I know not everyone vibes with that, but no, I have absorbed a lot of information from there, and so nothing bad towards Steve.
Let's see, they could get in trouble. I know. It sounds ludicrous, but that is the world we live in, and that is the world of law enforcement.
Right. So here we are. If you're just joining us on the Fox Local stream, this is a pursuit that's been underway for hours involving what we're told is a carjacking suspect. So carjacking involves somebody else involved in that person was threatened with violence and that vehicle was then taken. I'm just making the different.
Cheers, Andy. What's up, brother? Hey, man. I think you were trying to get a hold of. Oh, look, there's more kids. Like, oh, what the hell's going on here? We got some action, y'all. If you need to get a hold of me, oh, little guy's like, what the heck? It's not hard, Andy. Here, like I could even we could start off with email if you'd like. Let's see. Boom. And some people have called the shop also and somehow get connected to my brother directly. I don't know how you do that. And we're finally creeping into some residential areas here. So viewer discretion be advised. People, stay in your houses. Lock the doors just in case. Oh, yeah, I do have a hotline that no one calls. And if they did, I probably didn't answer. I don't know. All right. Someone pull out the spiky.
And the door will pop open and they'll take off running. This could be what's going on right here. They have 2 K9 units behind there. And I'm being told Dylan is being very polite and saying, Stu, if you start wrapping it up, we need to go to Long Beach for fuel. So I'm going to start to wrap it up. I'm going to hand it off to you.
Brother Jeff in the house. Yeah, the little guy.
Mundell, but I'll do my best.
I just want to see how this ends.
I'll do my best. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you to you and your crew.
Thank goodness for that.
Stu, you're so funny.
Anyways, thank you for that.
We appreciate your love.
All right,
always.
We're going to go.
All right.
We're going to go and we're going to hand it off to our PM colleagues. See you guys later.
All right, Stu. You have a great weekend. Thank you so much. And you be safe on the roads getting home. So we still have these live pictures from Skyfox, and we're working it out on how we will transfer to another. We will have a live look. So stick with us here on the Fox.
Yeah, brother, I haven't been WhatsApping, but I guess I could turn it on. I'll turn it on. And how did we communicate the last time? I thought it was through text. Was it through WhatsApp? I hardly use that. I'm more of a telegrammer. But yeah, we'll get a hold of each other and take care of business. Whoops. Stopped sharing there. Right towards the end of the chain. No. Oh, damn. He pulled over really quick.
And not just in this pursuit, but many pursuits that we've covered over the years. This is a strategy in which case this happens, where the suspect then picks up speeds and thinks that they're going to eventually get away from authorities. But rarely does that happen. So we're sticking with it here. This is on Fertile Street and Wright Road in Compton. CHP right now is the lead agency. This started at 12:30. So I mentioned this has been going on for hours, almost 2 hours, in fact. Oh, spike strips deployed. Bro. Spike strips not quite far enough. Guns drawn. The driver, the suspect, obviously saying, okay.
Back up, sir, and roll over this strip I just laid out for you here. Oh, my goodness.
Planned. We got a boxed-in suspect, carjacking suspect. Started in Fontana. Could be ending here in Compton.
Uh-oh.
All right. Fully boxed in. Stu, do we have you still?
Yeah, you still have us. And I'm telling you, I just wanted to see this thing come to an end. The reverse lights are off. That's a big plus. Probably putting it in the park. I see some hands coming out. You have to understand, we kind of fell farther behind the pack, so this is kind of a little bit of a long shot. But definitely wanted to see this come to an end. And you got to hand it to them. You got to hand it to California.
Servet.
Come on. Cervezas up. Manos arriba.
In this Compton neighborhood. Actually, Linwood. Okay, got to give Linwood a shout out. Hey. But the door is definitely open, and he is kind of doing his own thing. Oh, they used
the canine came out.
Oh, yes. Oh, the canine came out. Man, that dog has been riding Marla pretty much for over an hour.
Wow.
So, he needed to stretch his legs.
The bit, literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so the canine was deployed, got that suspect as soon as the suspect got out of that vehicle.
Yep. And you know what? You have to take the other shot. I love you guys, but we definitely have to go. Dylan is like, we're totally at the end of the lens, but we saw it come to an end, and that's what I needed to do. Thank you, guys. Another pursuit in the bag.
All right, let's see. Do we have the other shot? I think we're going to be getting it soon enough. We do. Okay, so we are seeing the other shot right now. So while this camera is working to get to the scene in Linwood, we're going to stick with this and just stay with us here in the Fox Local stream. So that was a pretty dramatic end to what was a dramatic pursuit. This started
Hey, couldn't get the dog off him.
carjacking suspect. Fontana police, the first to pick it up. Here we are almost 2 hours later at 2:25. This pursuit coming to an end in Compton, Linwood. And right now, I'm getting a look at a direct shot of it and seeing that the suspect is down on the ground. That canine was deployed. Officers are putting clearly trying to put the cuffs on this suspect, and there are
I'll take a bear claw, please.
down on the ground. One canine officer is now holding that canine back, and it looks like this just now we're getting those cuffs on. CHP officers, included still with their helmets on, are in fact doing that work. And suspect in custody, just about. Yeah, and I'm just to be clear, thank you so much, executive producer Joya. Thank you for the live look here. This is what I'm seeing with you along here on the stream. So this is a neighborhood in Linwood. This brought out a whole lot of people with the cell phones. You can see them on the bottom of your screen as they capture this live right in there.
Everybody's out now streaming, TikToking and Instagramming and FaceTiming and WhatsApping.
That, and they haven't yet cleared the vehicle, but it looks to be that he would be the only person there. That's what we were hearing. And now it's just a matter of seconds until the suspect will be put into this siege.
Yeah, as soon as they put him in, we will skip to a Bigfoot report, folks. Yeah, thank you for joining us on this wild chase here. Thank you to Fox 11, Stu and the gang. And wow. Oh, man, I'm still tripping out. So we're going to switch gears here. Let me get back up in the studio. Bam. What a Friday, folks. So, yeah, back to our regularly scheduled program. Yeah. We're going to take a look here. Let's see, at some of the online sources we've been using to inform ourselves with some of the Bigfoot activity going on in the world. And one of our favorites is the Bigfoot Mapping Project, of course. And there hasn't been much on this particular site, so I don't know if it's, done. If it's a done data, but I haven't noticed any new reports added to this particular page here. But don't trip, chocolate chip, because they got a second page, and we're gonna pull it up right now. And I think the second page could be the actual app. I'm still not 100 on it. And we're gonna also switch. Boom. We're gonna go like that. Okay, so nothing new added there, but over on what seems to be the app version of the Bigfoot Mapping Project, look at this right here, folks. See that red dot right over here? It looks like we got a fresh new report added, and that's what it looks like. There had been several times where I pulled up the map and we could just sometimes see little red dots, but this one's just like, it's almost throbbing. So it's obvious that it's a new report. Now, over here on the side, let's see. Are you guys able to see? Okay, make sure you're able to see that. There's a couple of options we could toggle here. So there's the fresh reports, and it'll be that color. And within the last 2 days, it says, and there's one added there. So we'll check that out. But I'm wondering what happens if I toggle this off. Will all the other historical reports, all these other little dots, go away? Oh, yeah. There you have it. So check that out. And I was also thinking to myself, I don't know if the app does this, but it would be cool. I would love to make an app like this or a map where you can get all interactive with it. And I was thinking a cool feature would be also, I don't know if any of these apps do this. I don't think so. Could be wrong. but to get a report notification sent to you. So when like someone does submit a report, then you're able to check it out via text or whatever, however, email or something. But yeah, let's check this out. We'll click on that, and it says visual saw back and head walking away in brush. And right here, newest BMP survey. I'm not sure what that's about. So there's the coordinates there. You could also copy the coordinates, get directions as well. So date, it says 2026 603 and a T with a bunch of zeros and a Z. It says summer, elevation 561 feet, moon phase waning gibbous, 93% illuminated. So description, driving home from work, traveling Saint or Street Route 104 north on the phone talking, I noticed brush on the right side of the road moving, and I slowed down expecting a deer. I saw something tall and dark, human-like structure in the tall brush, walking with ease, easy walking into the tree line. So let me try that again. It says, I saw something tall and dark, human-like structure in the tall brush, walking with easy walking into the tree line area. Brush, trees, and hillside for the Scioto River. When came on the creature, is that what it says? Yeah, it says when came on the creature, it disappeared, but the brush was higher than my forerunner, and I could clearly see back of the shoulders and its back head. So encounter, time of day, 6:05. Doesn't say AM or PM. Duration, seconds. Encounter type, visual, classification, class A. Location, description, the side of road, north side of 104 in some brush. So the state is Ohio, County Pike. So here we go with some fresh Ohio reports once again. And I know some of you out there had been asking about what had happened with the Ohio streak. And if you check the BFRO, there had been some recent Ohio reports that we had read there. Now, are they connected to the flap? I don't know. Is the flap real? Who knows? I find it fascinating and interesting, though. And we do know that the Ohio Bigfoot Conference just happened not too long ago, too. So soon after the flap, you get one of the biggest Bigfoot conferences out there. Definitely put that in my notes. Hair color black. And look at that. You could, I guess, choose different colors in that little square there. Hair texture, unknown. Body build, muscular. Facial features, saw back of head. Behavior, walking away. Reaction, indifferent. Vocalizations heard, no. And physical evidence, footprints found, no. Other evidence, no. But I'm stopping and getting pictures to see how tall the brush was. It was easily walking through. Unusual smell, none. So no on that. Environment, river. Weather, clear. Temperature, mild. Lighting, dawn. Visibility, excellent. So it was evening. And witness, there was one. And I like all this data here, man. So prior belief level was unsure. Provenance, newest BMP survey. So shared ID there, some other information, additional data in public. Yes, latitude, longitude. So that's GPS coordinates, moderation status approved, updated. And wow, yeah, you got a couple options down here with directions, share, or open as page. And we'll take a little spin around the flat globe here. And salute to Diesel. What up, Diesel? Yeah, we got Diesel the man right here. Yes, sir. So there you have it, your latest online Bigfoot report. And we'll take a quick peek at the BFRO just in case they snuck anything in while we were in this. What did we do? Like 2 hours on that speed chase? Diesel, we just had a speed chase, bro, go on for a long time. And they came, brother, and the news from the chopper. You're able to see my brother, myself, and I think even my brother's buddy that was here hanging out with us came out of the news. We seen dude drive by. I'm gonna be posting a short in a minute, and yeah, we'll see if we get a. We're gonna go for the hat trick. It's Friday. The other night we got 2 chases back to back, and we just might get a third. So we're gonna wrap this. Oh no, hold on, 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes and we'll make it a 2-hour stream. Anyone got anything to share? Let me jump in the chat right quick and see if I missed anything. Ooh, almost ended the stream. I don't want to do that just yet. Let's see. Isaac, good to see you, brother. Thank you for hanging out, bro. Let's see. That was a cool car chase. Yeah. And you could skip through it, man. It went on for nearly 2 hours. Advertise the shop on that short. Yeah, definitely 100, bro. And Diesel. So let's see. There was a couple. So my brother's been networking with 2 well-known hip hop artists, and they're new to me. Like I said, I had mentioned, man, I'm gonna have to redo my hat after this one. I was just like all over the place with the chase. 2 hip hop artists, well known in the scene, and I've been out of touch of the scene. You know, I've been just keeping up with a lot of the older artists that I used to like, my old favorites, and luckily they've been dropping some new stuff. And I know Diesel, you're familiar. You know, who I'm a big fan of, and some of the music that I listen to. But lately, actually, we have her album here. Give me 1 second, I could pull that. This is Vel, shout out Vel9. Come on. Here we go. That's her album on Wax. And it's signed to the shop here. Where are you? And her hubby was featured on Dr. Greenthumb's show yesterday. So on YouTube, Dr. Greenthumb, Be Real from Cypress Hill, and the gang have a podcast that they do. And I believe their studio, I want to say, is probably downtown somewhere, not too far from here. But her hubby is Surrealist. That's his MC name. And we featured one of his they both shot videos inside of the shop here, not little, but Instagram reels. It's not like a full-on music video, but it is. It's a trip, and it's super cool that they're able to do it like this these days, you know, with social media and different methods of getting yourself out there. Aesop Rock's birthday today. What? No way, bro. Yeah. Happy Earth Strong. And you know, that was the artist I was referring to, Diesel, when I said you probably know some of the artists I follow. Yeah, super cool. Happy birthday, Aesop Rock. And yeah, so I wanted to share, let's see if I could do this. I wanted to share her video that they shot here at the shop. Give me 1 second. So yeah, there's a new way that I have to upload. Let's see. Here we go. Or to be able to share screen and all that. So there it is. Awesome. Thank you. Could we pull this up? All right. And yeah, I got to get used to this. So hopefully you could see the sky's the limit page on there. All right, cool. Yeah, I can see it on the monitor. Thank goodness. Yeah, 1 second. It'll pop back up. So look at that. A little over 3K now followers. And this is the shop's page here. So feel free to give us a follow. And so here's the clip with Surrealist. There's actually two of them. One of them looks colored. So there's maybe two versions. And we showed a clip last night on last night's stream. And check out last night's stream if you missed it, folks. Strange military what they're calling exercises going on around the city here. And we're going to check this one out here with Vel 9. And we're not going to play any audio so we don't get any copyright strikes. But check her out and feel free. You could go over to her page, give her a follow. And there's so they collabed with the shop. And look, there's a studio there. So both of these versions you can find on our page and her page as well. And maybe we'll play a little clip from Surrealist's video clip there as well. Check out Kenny Parker podcast at 5 p.m. BD. All right. I'll make a note of that. Thank you for sharing that, Ridshot. And Ridshot, remember, you could always go to my page. And if you go to the community section or the posts, you could share any links, any pictures, bro. You know, don't be shy, man. I always encourage people to do that. People, I think I've had maybe 2 or 3 people maybe share stuff there 2 or 3 times. And that's about it. But I'm gonna keep, putting it out there because it's a cool thing to do. Another way to network and share things. And it's all right there in the YouTube page. You don't have to go to like Discord or some other platform to be able to share stuff like that. So, and feel free to share links from other platforms too. I don't mind. It's not a problem. But yeah, super cool that this was shot in the shop here. And it's not the first time. There's been a couple other videos that have been recorded here in the shop. And again, salute to both of them, Vel 9 and Surrealist. Yeah, Surrealist has been kicking it here at the shop, man. And, I'll pull up sometimes, or I'll be here, and then they pull up, him and my brother, or and I'm just like, wow, man, tripping out. And there have been some, people with like some pro skaters that have blessed us with some stuff in their presence, and some other people, man. Shout out to all you folks out there, some other musicians as well that have come by and blessed us with some things. Shout out to Hepcats and yeah. So let's see. All right, I think we're done. We are done. We're gonna wrap this baby up. Boom. Want to thank everyone for hanging out today. Anything else, Pops? Oh, what up, SoCal Squatcher? Good to see you, brother. And I probably don't have to tell you what's been going on out here. You probably already know, bro. So it's good to see you, man. Hubert hasn't gone live, but he has been posting. I think he did post a couple things, but I haven't seen any lives. And I think it could be because he's on tour, brother Ridshot. So yeah. All right, y'all. You all have a safe weekend and Seahawks, huh? I've been watching Chad skating. Oh yeah, I've been checking that dude out as well. There's this guy skating across America. His video popped up in my feed also, so I do tap in and check out how he's doing. And yeah, so if we get another round of action out here, it's very, very possible we'll get. It's still early in the day, might get another chase, and if so, we'll hop back on here. Always great to be seen. Yeah, man. Much love. One love, everybody. And we'll see you soon. Let's see. Outro, senor. Here we go.